Reno, you still got bedhead in the back?
Huh? I'm sure I checked.
Well, it's just a little. Tomorrow I'll check for you before you leave home.
Okay.
Hey, is that Kaori's son? Wow, she's beautiful as ever. Yeah, she's so pretty. I can't keep my eyes off her.
As usual, my sister is super popular. My name is Rino Mamiya. Walking next to me is Kaori, my sister who goes to the same high school as me. Although we should have similar genetics, only my sister is popular at all times.
Good morning.
As I was quietly pouting, a young man, Ren Oshima, ran up from behind and caught up next to my sister. He is a childhood friend of my sister.
Good morning, Ren. Did you oversleep again?
Yeah, and I see you're still popular.
What is he grinning for? Seeing Ren's sloppy face makes me a little frustrated again. How can you be so predictable? How crazy can you be about my sister? Ren is the reason why I get so annoyed by my sister's popularity. Because I like Ren that is in love with my sister.
Well then, Reno. See you later.
See you.
Yeah, again. I parted way with those two who were in upper grades, and as I head to the classroom alone, I let out a huge sigh. Ren still looked so happy as he left. Ren is cool, but I'll never be good as my sister. As that thought crosses my mind, I sigh again. But I like him. Ren and my sister are childhood friends, so Ren has been coming over to our house for a long time.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello, Reno-chan. Yes, here are some donuts for you.
Oh, thank you.
Haha, you're welcome. It's great you can say your thank yous.
Ren strokes my head as he says that. Like this, every time he came over, Ren gave me sweets and gently stroked my head. Ren is a kind brother. That was about all I felt as an elementary school student. However, one day, when I was in junior high school, something happened that changed my view of him. What do you want?
Your sister really makes me sick. She gets special treatment just because she's pretty. I'll teach you a lesson before you end up like her.
Huh? Ah! Some of my sister's classmates laughed and watched me sit in the fountain I was pushed into. I was on the verge of crying from fear and anxiety.
Haha, good riddance.
What are you doing?
Ren ran in from the entrance of the park.
Hey you, this is a criminal offense.
Oh shoot, his dad's the head of the police, right?
Yeah, and he's close with the teacher too.
Let's run away.
Right. The girls run off in the opposite direction that Ren was coming from.
I have video evidence, so I will be reporting this.
Ren shouts at their back as they run away, but they just kept running.
At all. Reno-chan, are you okay? Injury? Oh.
Ren's face flushed red as he pulled me up from the fountain. As I looked down at myself to see what happened, because my clothes were all soaked, my underwear was completely visible through my shirt.
Here, put this on for now.
Thank you. I quickly covered my chest with the jacket he handed to me. Ren sees me like this and flushes red again.
Well, that aside, you still...
Huh?
I can see your bare legs from under your wet skirt. Oh no, nothing. Anyway, I'll walk you home.
Oh, okay. My legs did feel cold, but there wasn't anything I could do, so I quietly walked next to Ren.
You're cold, aren't you? I hope you don't catch a cold.
Oh, I suddenly remembered what had happened earlier, and suddenly my body began to tremble.
Reno-chan, are you alright?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was scary.
Ren gently hugs my trembling body.
It's alright now. I will protect you.
Okay. I can't forget his words and body heat from that day. I mean, Ren was really like a prince to me then. Looking up at the sky from my classroom, I look back on those days. I want to go out with Ren, but it bothered me to remember how happy he looks when he's talking with my sister. One day, alright, I've thrown out the garbage. After school, I finished throwing out the garbage and headed back to the classroom from the backyard. I saw Ren standing behind a tree with my sister, and without thinking, I hid behind the tree as well. He looks serious. Is this...
I like you, Kaori.
Huh?
I knew it. Ren likes my sister too. My sister probably likes it.
Sorry, Ren. I can only see you as a childhood friend.
Huh? I rushed to cover my mouth after I let out a small gasp. It can't be. Ren was dumped? So I still have a chance? My sister ran away awkwardly. I suppressed my happy feelings and tried to call out to Ren. Ren... Oh, Ren looks sad. I mean, after all that... I couldn't speak to Ren that day, since he was way more depressed than I expected. And after school the next day, Ren didn't come over this morning. Well, I wouldn't go to school together with someone who dumped me. Huh? Isn't that Ren? Ren, whom I hadn't seen in a day, was walking a bit ahead of me. His steps looked heavier than usual. I'm glad it didn't work out with my sister, but when I think of how Ren must feel, seeing him so sad, I couldn't be truly happy either. I mean, I want Ren to be smiling. I can't bear to watch Ren like that. With that in mind, I pretended not to know anything and decided to call out to him. Ren, you look kind of down. What's up?
Reno, you didn't hear? I asked Kaori to be my girlfriend and she turned me down.
Really? I could have sworn the feeling was mutual.
Uh-huh, thanks. But she can't see me as anything but a childhood friend.
I see. Then, I'll help you step out of the friend zone, so that my sister can see you as a man, and not just a friend.
What do you mean, help? I've already been dumped.
I tap him on the back to encourage him. It's alright. You still have a chance. Leave it to me. I know my sister's taste better than anyone else. After I pretty much forced the promise onto him, I met up with him in his room the next day.
So, why is the special training place my house?
Because if it's my house, my sister will know.
Well, I guess you're right.
Right? I'll start the special training right away. To begin, sister's favorite types of guys. She likes the smug guys that appear in dating sim games. So let's start by hugging me from behind. It's a back hug. As I faced away from him, Ren let out an awkward voice.
Back hug?
Yes, hurry up. My sister won't like you if you can't do this casually.
Oh, okay. Well then...
Ren gently hugs me from behind. We were so close that I stopped breathing for a moment.
Reno, is this okay?
It's okay. Good job. Okay, next. Ah!
Reno!
I felt so embarrassed and I tried to move away from Ren, but I failed. As I turn around, I lose my balance and I start falling towards the floor. Ren reaches out to me. Ow! Oh. By the time I realized, I was on the floor with Ren hovering over me. So this is the so-called pinning down to the floor. Ren...
What? This wasn't on purpose.
Huh? I didn't notice until Ren was freaking out, but the Ren's left hand had rolled up my skirt and my bare thighs were exposed quite high up.
I'm sorry.
Ren stood up in a hurry and pulled me up.
Are you alright?
Yeah, that was actually really good. If you do it to my sister, she'll definitely fall for you. Why don't you just keep going after that?
I could never. Plus, I don't have a chance to do it.
We also have to do special training to create that opportunity. What can I do? I left Ren's side to hide my embarrassment. After that, Ren and I practiced and trained for various situations. Walk around the city on a pretend date, roleplay as lovers in the room. But this is tough. I'll fall in love with Ren even more than before. After a certain point, being with Ren turned into pain. I can't do this anymore. With that in mind, I decided to finish the lesson.
No more lessons?
Yep, you're ready. I'm sure my sister will accept you now. So do your best again. Okay, now go on.
Oh, hey.
Pushing Ren's back, I run the other way. The next day, I wonder what happened to Ren. She was walking with him this morning, so I wonder if he succeeded. I'm sure he'll go out with her this time. After school, I am on my way home, alone, aware of my throbbing and aching chest. Then...
Reno?
Ren! Ren rushed up to me from behind and stopped me. I hurried to put a smile on my face. How was my sister? She said yes this time, right? Because my lessons were perfect.
No, I haven't asked her out.
Why?
Actually, after thinking about it for a while, I realized I didn't see Kaori as a girlfriend material either.
What do you mean?
After getting dumped, I had a slight feeling that what I was feeling towards Kaori was more like admiration and respect. I noticed it in the time I spent with you, so...
So?
I don't want to say this lightly.
This reaction, could it be? My hopes are sky high seeing Ren looking embarrassed with a red face. Hey, tell me! I want to hear. I won't go home until you tell me.
Oh, okay. I realized that I like you, Reno. I probably kept going on your house to see you, but it looks like I changed my mind soon, so I'm horrible.
That's not true. I'm so relieved, because I also like you, Ren.
Really?
Yes, so there's no problem. I'm sure my sister will be happy too. Let's go tell her now.
What? You're going to tell Kaori?
She'll find out eventually. It's better sooner than later. Ren called out my name as I took his hand and ran ahead of him, pulling him behind me.
Haruki Saijo, was walking home with heavy steps after enduring 6 hours of boring classes at school. After walking for a bit, I stop at the intersection near the train station. This intersection is infamous for causing lots of traffic accidents. So I have to make sure to look both ways for incoming traffic so I don't get caught up in an accident myself. I look to my right, left, then right again. Then a car came speeding right towards me, running a red light. The car was headed towards a girl with silver hair down to her waist and wearing the uniform from my school that had started crossing the road without looking both ways. Oh, look out! The alarm clock on my desk had gone off. I was lying face up on my bed and was looking up at a familiar ceiling. It was just a dream. I had never seen a dream anything like it. A dream where a girl from my school was about to get run over at an intersection known for its many car accidents. After seeing that horrifying dream, I didn't really want to go near that intersection, but I can't make it to school otherwise. But I'm glad it was just a dream. If there were to happen to me in real life, I would be so traumatized that I would never be able to cross that intersection ever again. I sigh a breath of relief and started to get ready for school. I arrived at school just before the bell rang, and as I was taking a seat, the teacher came in.
Everyone, sit down. We have a new student who will join us today. Huh? Is that true?
Is it a girl? It's a girl, right?
The class was all riled up after hearing the words new student. But as for me, I had no interest in this new student. I don't have any friends at school to begin with, so I have little to no chance to become friends with this new student. I'm what you would call a loner, and I'm not good at communicating, so I couldn't talk to her, even if I wanted to.
It's a girl, and she's really pretty, even in my eyes. So boys, be careful not to fall in love with her.
Hey Teach, why would you get the guys worked up, even more than they already are?
Well, come on in, hanano.
Everyone in the class, especially the guys, looked over in anticipation. The new kid walked into the classroom.
I'm Hanano Himesaki. Nice to meet you all.
Hanano Himesaki. She bowed down slightly, and the guys in the class were even louder than before. Just as the teacher had said, she had a look that anyone would agree is pretty. Silver hair down to her waist, striking red eyes. I had said earlier that I was not interested in the new kid, but now that I've seen her, I couldn't take my eyes off of her. Because she was... that hair, those silver locks. Yes, she looked exactly like the girl that was getting run over in my dream this morning. I could only see her from the back in my dream. So I can't be sure that she's the one from my dream, but her long silver hair is very unique. But how could this happen? What happens if my dream comes true? A dream coming true. I know that's impossible, but still. If that were to happen, just thinking about it makes me shiver.
Your seat will be next to Haruki.
Huh? Me?
Haruki, can you show her around the school after classes?
Yes, I don't mind.
Okay, then it's settled.
The other guys in my class gave me jealous looks, as well as death stares, and I was scared to say the least. After school, I was showing Hanano around the school, just as I was told. So this is the gym, this is the music room, this is the cafeteria. While I showed her around, Hanano didn't say a word. All I did was tell her where things were, and all I heard back from her was a small thank you in the end. Hanano was like this all day. Lots of people came up to her, trying to strike up a conversation with the beautiful new girl, but she didn't answer any of their questions and had no reaction. I wanted to ask her why that was, but I assumed she wouldn't answer me either. I just sped past the rest of the school tour to get it over with as soon as I could. From there, I covered all the classrooms we were to use, and Hanano and I parted ways. Phew. I was not used to talking as is. It might have been easier if she had said something back, but conversations don't last when they're one-sided. I mean, it is her, right? The girl from my dream today. While I was giving her the school tour, I was convinced as I was taking a good look at her from behind. The girl saw in my dream was Hanano, but that was just a dream. Just because there's a girl that looks alike doesn't mean... I was here at the notorious intersection, and in front of me was a girl from school with the silver hair. Is this... I had a bad feeling. The scene from my dream was unfolding right before my eyes. Hanano!
Huh? What? Haruki?
I had yelled her name in the loudest voice I had ever let out. And Hanano flinched and looked back at me. Look out! I said as I grabbed Hanano's arm and jerked her back as she was about to start crossing the intersection. Then right after, a truck went speeding past us.
What?
It was a close call. Hanano landed on her behind and watched the truck that had just zoomed by. Sorry for pulling you like that. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm fine, but...
Hanano didn't seem to grasp the situation quite yet and was blinking, looking confused. It was really close. I just happened to see you, so I'm glad I was able to save you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hanano started to cry and came up to hug me. Unlike the untalkative self she was earlier, seeing her get all emotional made my heart race. It's alright. It's alright now. After she had stopped crying, I walked her home, and I was just about to head home myself when...
Thank you so much for today. I want to thank you properly, so if it's okay with you, would you like to have lunch with me tomorrow?
Don't worry about it, but sure, I'll see you again tomorrow.
Okay.
Hanano, who was silent and expressionless at school, was smiling from ear to ear and jumped back into her house. The next day, I arrived at school, just as the bell was about to ring, just like every other day. I hurried to my classroom, and Hanano sitting next to me looked at me and smiles.
Haruki, Good morning.
Good morning, Hanano. Yesterday, there was a crowd around Hanano, but I guess they gave up, since no one was surrounding her today. Hanano didn't talk to anyone in class yesterday, but she's acting different to just me today. Everyone acted surprised at the difference.
Did you get close to her during that school tour yesterday?
Shoot, I'm so jealous of Haruki. I knew I should have volunteered to go on that school tour with her.
I hear them talk, but it's all just jealous remarks from the guys. I decided not to tell anyone that I was completely ignored too during the school tour. But that my saving her from a car accident was the reason behind her change in attitude. It was lunchtime, and I was heading to the rooftop, where Hanano had told me to meet her.
Oh, Haruki.
Sorry, I'm late.
No, it's okay. I didn't wait at all.
Anyway, did you really make me a lunch today?
Of course, I worked really hard on it.
It would have been fine if you had just bought me something from the cafeteria too.
I wanted you to try my handmade lunch. You are my savior and my crush.
Huh? Her savior, I get. But how does she have a crush on me when we've just met yesterday?
My heart won't stop pounding ever since you saved me yesterday. I've been thinking about you all evening too.
No way. I had never had a girl tell me that she liked me. And it was the first time for me to feel that a girl was cute. I can't say for sure if you ask me if I liked Hanano, but I'm sure I will grow to like her.
Yes. So, if you're willing, would you go out with me?
Thank you, Hanano. If you're okay with me, it would be my pleasure.
Yes!
We only met yesterday, and it might all be too soon, but I promised myself to make her happy